beautiful peeps of YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kat and you're watching Planning Calm. And here in this channel, I love to share with you all the many ways I can help you plan your way to calm and plan a calmer life. In this video, I want to share with you how you can break up with your planner when it's not working for you anymore, boo. Okay? I know I am not alone in my love of planners. Comment down below if you are a planner enthusiast as well and someone who likes to plan. But, in all this love, going out and buying a planner and figuring out and discovering that it doesn't work for you can be one of the most, and dare I say, devastating things as a planner that you can experience, because you had such high hopes that the planner would be a great fit, kind of like dating. Turns out just not compatible, just not going to work out, and you have to part ways with it. And so this video is going to share with you some ideas and some tips and some tricks on how to effectively break up with your planner when it's no longer serving your purpose or purposes, and finding something that does, something that's a better fit. So if you like videos like this, I would love for you to give this video a like with a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. I'm so grateful that the Calm family is growing, and everyone here is just such an amazing group of individuals from all different walks of life and countries and cultures. It's fantastic. So if you are looking for some good vibes, come on down and join the fam. So let's get into it, folks. So the first thing you need to do when you need to break up with a planner, folks, when it's just not working for you, and again, comment down below if that has ever happened to you, is you need to acknowledge the problem. That's tip number one. So I want you to look at all of these planners in front of me. At some point, one of these planners did not work for me on some level, and I either stop using it, repurposed it, or, gave it new life in some way, shape, or form. And so I want to share some of them with you. Sometimes you have all the best intentions, like this planner here, and you think it's great, you think it's going to be good, but, whether it's too bulky or too rigid, too colorful, or it's just not your vibe anymore, you're allowed to want something different, friends. And it's not your fault. Or maybe it is, but who cares? It doesn't matter. You're evolving as a person. And sometimes when you start off with something, you may think it may work in the beginning, but it just doesn't in the end. And so perfect example of that would be this planner here. Now, this is my Hobonichi A6 planner. Now, I bought this at the end of last year, about a year ago, thinking that this was going to be my everyday carry planner. And so I got it. I loved it. And within 3 weeks into January of 2025, I realized, okay, I got to break up with this planner, boo, because you are not serving me my purposes, y'all. And it's okay. It's okay to break up. And I did. I said, okay, you know what? Can't work anymore with this, and that's fine. So I set it aside. Years ago, I had a teacher planner. So this was my teacher planner years ago, and I love Happy Planner products. Comment down below if you're a Happy Planner fan as well. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is the teacher planner to end all teacher planners, honey. And I thought it was going to be a great fit. Turns out it was not a good fit at all. I couldn't use it properly. The layout wasn't good. There wasn't enough room. And I acknowledged that it was a problem, and I just stopped using it. I broke up with it and I moved on to something else. And that's what you need to do. And that's my second tip, is you need to evaluate what's missing, friends. So before you, toss it forever, before you repurpose it for whatever it is that you want, look at your planners and figure out, okay, what's going on? Is it the fact that the planner itself is too small, like my Hobonichi Weeks was, and that's why I had to part with this one? Do you think maybe it's too big? Kind of like this big old Happy Planner that I thought was going to be my household planner. Didn't work out that way, so off it went. Or is it something that, maybe it's too heavy, like the actual planner is too heavy. And I have had a lot of heavy planners, and I no longer have them anymore because I can't be dragging things around. It's too heavy. Or is it the fact that your planner is just not compatible with your schedule needs or with your goals? And a perfect example of that, and I don't know where it is right now, but it is my Passionate Penny Pincher planner. Now, this planner I have showcased a lot on my channel because when I got it, I was in love with this planner. Absolutely. I thought this was my end game. The planner to end all planners. I loved it. She was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She had all the things. And I started using it, and within a month, I'm like, okay, honey, boo-boos, I cannot handle all of this extra stuff. And it did not work for me. And even though I love the planner so much, I mean, I loved it so much, I gifted one to my bestie. Shout out, Linz, if you're watching. It just wasn't, I just couldn't get around to making it work for me. And so I had to let it go, let it flow, and move on to something else. And that is my next tip. Tip number 3 is thank your planner and let it go. Okay. And I've had to do that many times. Now, this planner here, this was a great find that I found on Amazon. And this is the Inspire Planner from Erin Condren. And when I purchased it, I thought, oh, it's undated, it's great, it's going to serve all the functions, all the needs, all the things. And yeah, no. It did not serve anything but caused me stress because number one, the size didn't work and all that good stuff. But anyway, you likely bought that planner. I likely bought this planner with all the best intentions. I was going to use this as my household planner a year ago or so. And, I was like, okay, this is going to be the planner that's going to work for Mr. Calm and I, et cetera, et cetera. But it didn't work. And it's okay. I'm going to give it a nod of gratitude and, repurpose it if I can, and then put it away, and I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to think about the money that I spent on it. I'm going to thank it and let it go. And that's how you find planning calm. That's how you find planner peace. That's how you find calm living, is not feeling guilty or not feeling that you're wasteful or, you're whatever the case is, whatever negative thing you want to label yourself. Just say, what, look, boo, it did not work out. And I'm brave enough to say thank you and let it go and move on. And you want to think about my 4th tip, which is moving on to something new. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have done that so many times. Now, perfect example. I love this planner. I got this planner. I think it was at Winners in Canada. Love this planner. And I thought, again, this was going to be my personal everyday carry, and it just didn't work out for me. I don't even remember why, but I'm not going to push myself and beat myself up. I think the fact that I felt like this planner wasn't going to be a long-term solution. It's beautiful. Like, it's so lovely that I haven't thrown it out. Even though I'm not currently using it, I still believe that I have a purpose for this. I just haven't found it yet, but I'm hanging on to her for a bit. And I'm okay with that. But in the meantime, I go and do something else. So whether it's testing out new formats and tools, which is what I've done with my notebook planners, love notebook planners. These are, if you're looking for easy, budget-based type planning, pick up a notebook, turn it into a planner, folks. I have plenty of videos showing you how to do that. But I love a minimum notebook for a planner. You can even turn old things into repurpose them and for other things. Like this planner here from 2024, I used it kind of like a bullet journal. And I love it. Like, I didn't even label it as a bullet journal, but looking back, it kind of was a bullet journal. I used the whole thing and it was great. It's one of my favorite planners. Or if you're somebody who, again, is just basic and you want to kind of trial, have a trial period with something new, use some sticky notes, use your voice memo app on your phone, or have a hybrid system of using something digital and something paper. The thing is, you don't have to commit right away. Just casually date a planner or a system to figure out if it works for you. And number 5, my 5th tip is give it second life. Like I mentioned, all of these planners, they may not have worked for me, but I gave it a second chance at something different. I repurposed it. So for instance, my Hobonichi Weeks, I initially got this planner as my everyday carry. Didn't work out. Then I wanted to use it as a work planner. Again, didn't work out. And then I turned it into a fitness planner years ago. And I still follow the same format in my other in my other planner, my current fitness planner and wellness planner, and I've showcased that on the channel as well. But I love the fact that I gave it a second life and I repurposed it so I didn't feel guilty about the money that I spent, and I didn't have those harsh feelings of throwing things away, something that's perfectly good. And I use it now, you know, to look back on what worked for me, what didn't work for me, because I did give it life and I did give it a purpose. And that's why I still hang on to these, because I reused them and I love them, and the information that's in here is great. And I love that. My sixth tip is to trust yourself to know what works. Now, social media is just, there's a plethora of influencers out there and planner enthusiasts who are going to tell you that everything is that this next planner is the planner that you need, the planner to end all planners. I mean, this Hobonichi was a perfect example of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me a Hobonichi cousin. Love this book. And I love the fact that it was recommended and I used and loved it and it was great. But, you know, it didn't really serve my purpose simply because I like a more minimal style. And what I found was, I found the daily pages just too overwhelming for me. There was too many. I felt like I had to fill them. It was stressing me out. And, you know, I have to remember that I'm the one who's using this planner, not the influencers that I watch and not my friends and not, you know, my planner besties. It's me. So I have to trust myself to know what's going to work for me and not force myself into a productivity system that's going to stress you out, right? You don't want that. Your time and your energy deserves a tool that fits into your life, not the other way around. So if it's not the right planner for you, then break up with her, boo. Break up with him. You don't need him. You don't need him. You move him aside and you get on with something that works for you. And I mean, I'm jokingly using the the analogy of dating here, but I mean, kind of the same rules apply, don't you think? Like, if it's not working for you, you either keep it and repurpose it, or you let it go and move on. And, you know, I'm so glad I did, because I was able to discover other planners that, I mean, I took what I liked from the Hobonichi and I found it in the Common Planner. And this is such an amazing planner. I love this planner so much. And I've been using it all year. I've been using it for 2 years now, actually. And I've loved it because it has all the things. It's a perfect fit. And, you know, my last tip is to, you know, when you decide to just break up with a planner, don't feel bad. Just break up and move on. And so many times whether it's clothing, whether it's a big ticket item or purchase, whatever it is that we decide to buy and bring into our home, we think it's going to solve a problem. It's going to provide a solution. It's going to make our life easier some way or give back in a certain capacity. And sometimes it doesn't. Same thing with a planner. And when it doesn't, it's okay to move on from that. And it's okay to just, try to discover what works for you and try to discover what is a better fit for you, and not be hung up and caught up on, you know, what didn't work and, you know, what happens if it's not working and all that stuff. Let those things go. I'm sure when you do, you will find the comfort and joy of planning. You'll find peace and you'll find productivity, which essentially is how you plan your way to calm. By finding a system that works for you and being willing to discard things that don't and embracing things that are new, you're able to make the journey to a calm lifestyle just a lot more easier. And it's such a wonderful thing when you're able to trust in yourself, to trust in what you know and what you need for yourself and your family, and to act accordingly to that. So I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more planning calm content. I love filming these videos for you and I would love to hear what you think. What is one planner that you thought was going to be a good fit, but it just didn't work out for you? I would love to know. If you care to share in the comments down below. And until next time, my beautiful friends, take care, be well, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, Planner Peeps.